Big story we are breaking at this side. It's a big blow for the Muslim side on the Gyanvapi verdict. Muslim side's plea has been dismissed by the Allahabad High Court is what we've been given to understand. The Allahabad High Court was in fact remembered to pronounce verdict on pleas challenging the survey that was to be done at Gyanvapi complex that is underway. And in fact the Muslim side had appealed against it. This plea has been dismissed by the Allahabad High Court is what we know. This is the information at this point in time. Abhishek Mishra has got more details on that story. Essentially, the plea of the Muslim side here has been dismissed. Talk to us about what the court has said. Abhishek.
Well, absolutely, it's a big development as far as this Gyanvapi case is concerned. The High Court has clearly rejected the plea of the Muslim court, who was seeking a relief on two things. One, the maintainability of the suit, and the other one on having a stop over the report of the ASI survey, which has already been concluded, and report of it has already been submitted at the lower court in Varanasi. Now, it is a clear observation, and out of all 5 petitions have been rejected. It is going to, it's a major setback for the Muslim side because they were seeking some sort of relief, but now there is no turning back as far as this, the maintainability is concerned, because the court has found substantial evidences and substantial arguments as far as this case stands in the High Court. And also about the ASI survey, because earlier also yesterday, as I said, that the court has already received the report, the lower court in Varanasi, in a sealed way with consisting of 1,000 pages. So that is a very important development. And at the same time, if I talk about the real argument was about the maintainability of the suit, the lower court has already given its verdict that it is maintainable. On objection to it, the Muslim side went to the High Court, but now there is no turning back, and there is a clear go-ahead as far as the maintainability is concerned. And of course, the ASI survey, whose report is already there at the lower court, and a major setback for the Muslim side as far as all these petitions are concerned. Yes.
No, this was a bunch of 5 petitions essentially challenging the maintainability of a civil suit pending before the Banaras court, isn't it, Abhishek?
Well, absolutely. And Sneha, what is also very important is that the ASI survey, when it began, the same side also went to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court directed to go ahead with it at the High Court, and all these things were taken into consideration. But there's already a long exercise which was conducted, and what we have got to know from the sources that ASI indeed has also got some significant things in the report. So that is going to certainly give new look and new turn to this whole case. Speaking to India Today earlier also, Vishnu Shankar Jain has already said that it's a turning point in the case, the PSI survey report, and we also have to recall the fact that what happened in Ayodhya is
just going to come back to you in a moment from now. In fact, the petitioner in this case, Sita Sahu, is also now joining us. शुक्रिया इंडिया टुडे के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए. क्या कहेंगी आप? ये बिग बूस्ट है हिंदू साइड के लिए, क्योंकि मुस्लिम साइड का जो प्ली था वो इलाहाबाद के कोर्ट ने टर्न डाउन कर दिया है, रिजेक्ट कर दिया है.
बिल्कुल, ये बहुत बड़ी सनातनियों की जीत है. मैं सभी सनातनियों को इसके लिए बधाई देना चाहूंगी और यही कहूंगी कि ये जीत होनी ही चाहिए थी, क्योंकि हमारे मंदिरों को बहुत पहले तलवारों की नोक पे ध्वस्त किया गया था. वो अब धीरे धीरे हम लोग जो है जीत पा रहे. ये सनातनियों की जीत है और ये बहुत खुशी की बात है. मैं सभी को इसके लिए बधाई देना चाहूंगी और बहुत अच्छा हुआ. ऐसा होना ही चाहिए, ये न्याय संगत है.
जी, बने रहिए हमारे साथ. सीता साहू, one of the petitioners, Vishnu Jain is the advocate in this case. Thank you for your time, Vishnu Jain. How do you respond to this? आप कैसे देखते हैं? It's a big boost to the Hindu side. कोर्ट ने रिजेक्ट किया है 5 petitions को मुस्लिम साइड की तरफ से.
Yes, the argument of Places of Worship Act has been rejected now by the 2 courts, by the District Court of Varanasi and by the Allahabad High Court.
Right.
After a long legal battle. Let me remind you that this case was filed in 1991. From 1991 till 2023, the matter was lingering only on the issue of the argument raised by the Anjuman Intizamiya that this case is barred by Places of Worship Act. And precisely that's what the court has held and rejected their plea that this case is not barred by Places of Worship Act, and Places of Worship Act gives the freedom to ascertain the religious character of the property in question. So we have a very clear and categorical stand that Gyanvapi Masjid is not a masjid as per Islamic law and as per the tenets of Hindu law. and therefore they are in illegal occupation and illegal possession of the property in question, and they must be removed. And
So Shankar, what next? After this, what next? What to expect from here on?
The trial will start. The Honorable Allahabad High Court has directed to complete the trial within 6 months, and we are proceeding with the trial. The Archaeological Survey of India has filed its report, and now the trial has begun before the district court, and very soon we will complete the trial and we'll take back the property which is in illegal possession of Anjuman Intizamiya.
Okay, be with us. Vishnu Shankar there. Nalini, in fact, is also joining us, a legal editor. Nalini, you'd like to take a question from Vishnu Shankar.
Yes. Can you tell us, Mr. Jain, on what basis exactly all of these 5 petitions have been dismissed today by the Allahabad High Court? And also, does this mean that the Places of Worship Act will not be applicable when it comes to the Gyanvapi mosque case?
Yes, absolutely, Nalini. That's the finding of the Allahabad. Anjuman Intizamiya had lower court before the trial court as well as before the district court that this case is barred by the Places of Worship Act. And our constant stand and argument was that Places of Worship Act uses the word religious character to determine the religious character, and determination of religious character by way of evidence in the suit cannot be barred. And precisely that's what the finding of the Allahabad High Court is today, and this finding is in consonance with the sound legal principles. And now the result of this judgment today by the Allahabad High Court is that the trial will proceed, the matter will be heard, and we will lead evidence on the basis of oral and documentary evidence and various expert opinions. Now this case will be decided.
Vishnu, can you also tell us exactly what the court has said regarding the survey that is to be conducted? Because part of these petitions was also challenging the April 8, 2021 order that had specifically asked for the survey to be conducted of the Gyanvapi mosque premises. Any clarity on that yet?
That petition has become infructuous because in the connected matter of the 5 women plaintiffs, there was already an order of survey. Petition has submitted its report. So far as that earlier order was concerned, it has become infructuous. And let me also remind you that in that earlier order of 8th of April, there was only a GPR survey which was directed, and that order was stayed by the Allahabad High Court. But in the meantime, till the Supreme Court, right from District Court of Varanasi till the Supreme Court had cleared the way for a comprehensive ASI survey, and the ASI conducted the survey in compliance of the orders of the Supreme Court and submitted a report yesterday. So therefore, that part of the order and petition has become infructuous. But so far as the merits of the case are concerned, the Allahabad High Court has given a green signal that case should proceed further and the trial must start.
And we are also given to understand that the trial has to be time-bound according to the order of the High Court. Any information regarding that?
Allahabad High Court has directed that the trial must be completed within 6 months. And it's a very, very welcome step because we are ready with the evidence and we lead evidence before the trial.
Vishnu, can you just tell us what the next few steps are going to be now in the case? The case is going to go back to the Varanasi court where the trial will be conducted, and within 6 months, I'm given to understand the trial has to be concluded, right?
The next step is that in that case, issues have already been framed. Now the issues will be, now there are certain more issues which will be framed, keeping in view the latest ASI report. And after that, the evidence will be led by both the parties, oral and documentary, and then the final judgment of the court will come. So we are at the verge, actually, of conclusion of trial in Gyanvapi case, and very soon the entire title of this Khasra number 9130, where this illegal Gyanvapi mosque is situated, the trial will be concluded by the trial court very soon.
Right. Thank you so much, Vishnu Shankar Jain, for joining us, giving us those updates. Sneha, back to you in the studio.
All right, so that was Vishnu Shankar Jain, advocate for the Hindu side. They're essentially talking about the way forward, essentially, and the manner in which this, in every sense, is a victory. Since 1991, the case has been lingering in courts. Finally, we will see some movement. And in that sense, it's a victory, Nalini, for the Hindu side, isn't it?